Rivian here that you got. Is
All
it
right.
Rivian or Rivian?
Oh, good question. So this is a Rivian. I know some people have been calling it Rivian, but it is Rivian.
Oh, okay, I see it. What color is this?
This is launch green. This was only for people who ordered it early. The other ones, you can't get this color anymore. And then I chose the Ocean Coast interior color. Most people are not going to have this Ocean Coast color with the Rivian, just because a lot of people who got the launch green, they were so excited to get the car that they ended up choosing to get it with the black interior, just because they were a little bit impatient. Like, they weren't saying how long it was going to take the Ocean Coast to make. The big reason that the Ocean Coast was going to take so long is because right here, this dash, it was originally going to be like a lighter wood color, but because they weren't able to get that color stained very easily. This is real wood. Like I was saying earlier, you can get a splinter on it.
Ain't no way this is no real wood.
This is real wood right here. And so, like, you can get a splinter on it. And so, like, the thing about it was that they were having a lot of issues with trying to produce the lighter color with the Ocean Coast. So that was pushing it back, and then somebody thought of the idea of doing the dark wood with the Ocean Coast. So this is the same color that does come with the black interior, but I do like the Ocean Coast more. I think the Ocean Coast is more like the Stormtrooper vibe, and then also I think of the black interior as kind of like Batman, and then the Force Edge is like
How do you like
its
your
own
seats?
thing. I love the seats. Like, they are not dirty at all. I haven't ceramic coated them. I haven't done anything to them, and they've been holding up very well. I've had a ton of people in the vehicle, and I haven't had any issues there. This part down here hasn't been holding up too well. These mats, I did order some new mats. I was going back and forth about getting the Rivian ones or buying some aftermarket. I know there's Husky, I know there's WeatherTech. They just didn't like that the WeatherTech and the Husky ones didn't have the third row for the SUV, and they might not have even had the back ones. I can't remember, but I know for sure they didn't have the third row. So I wanted the mats to go all the way, and so I saw that there is another company. I'll put the link below, but that's not coming until April. So I'll put some temporary better mats in there just because of how Minnesota is and the weather and everything like that.
So are these seats heated and cooled? Because I see the little.
Yeah, so the back ones are heated, and then the front ones are heated and cooled. So the rear ones are just heated only, and then all the way in the rear, those ones don't have the heat or anything like that. Those ones are just on their own. And then that is the center cup holder, and there is a way to be able to. I read online that you could make this a pass-through, but I don't really see that. I don't know why you'd want that. It is 60/40 on this side of the vehicle as well.
So do you think this has enough space for a family of how many? 7?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I had a guy sit in the back who's about like 6'3", and he also had a Rivian.
How tall are you? 6 feet?
I'm about 5'7",
6 feet?
5'8" on a
6 feet?
5'8" on a good day. And
Round up over here.
I had this guy over, and he sat in the back, and he had like no issues, and he was like, I wouldn't want to sit back here for a road trip, but I definitely don't mind sitting back here for, like, you know, if we needed to. So that was pretty cool. I like that. And like the seats, they go forward. This car is very manual in that sense. Like, people who are coming from a BMW X5, coming from a Range Rover, you're not going to have all the fully electronic. Like, this button up here, so like if your kids are getting in, again, these are really heavy, especially the 60/40 side. Like, these are going to be a little bit more electronic. But again, this side is actually really heavy. And that's one thing about this vehicle, is some of the stuff with the electric vehicles are a lot heavier. Like, even charging.
Shutting the door, right?
Yeah, like shutting the doors. Like, you can see that there's a big gap there. And I was saying something about that, and people are saying it's because the vehicle is waterproof up to 3 feet. So I'm like, okay.
Waterproof or water resistant?
It is waterproof. There is a video online that shows that the vehicle is like up to 3 feet of water in there.
Damn.
And
what are these, Brembo brakes?
Yeah, I think they might be. I know for like the suspension in the vehicle, it's McLaren, because the I think it was the CTO of the company used to work for McLaren, and so he brought the McLaren suspension over. So it's a little bit more of a rougher ride when you're driving on like regular roads, even the all-purpose. But I think that if you like Jeeps, if you like the Broncos, if you like the 4Runners, Land Cruisers, Sequoias, you're gonna like this vehicle. I think that a lot of people early on are not too happy with like the way the vehicle is, because it is again very manual and the features that you're getting. But I think that the target market's a little bit different. Like they're thinking more of Land Rover, Range Rover, BMW X5, but I don't think that if you go from those vehicles, you'll not that you'll hate this vehicle or anything like that, but you have to understand that it's more like a truck, and that there is a lot of things that make it more truck-like than anything else.
Yeah. I think my first impressions on it, well, like sitting on it, it does feel a little rough, but I like it, you know, because I drive trucks, so.
Yeah, exactly. And like also like at the price point too, like that's kind of the thing, is like this vehicle is almost $100,000. Like even with like more basic configurations, you're looking at $90,000. And so people who are looking in that ballpark, like a 4Runner is $60,000, but the thing about 4Runner owners, and same with Jeep, like they buy all the accessories. They're getting like the lift gate, they're getting a lot of different things that are gonna make the vehicle more expensive, where this vehicle has a lot of stuff already built into it. Like with this front hood opening up, like inside, it's got an ability to be used as a cooler, so it's got the drain plug on the bottom left side, and then up top here, this is removable. I've seen people on YouTube just completely remove this, but I like that I can like throw things that are kind of wet or dirty down here, and then I can be able to still put my bag up top. And I use this more like a trunk of a vehicle more than anything, like even the back. Like I kind of like to keep the back nice and clean, and I like how I can just store all my stuff. And it's really easy just to come up to the vehicle, because the release is right here on the bottom, and I can just press that easily and be able to get to all my stuff.
Does that close it too?
Yeah, it does close this as well. And then, so if I press it, it's pretty quick as well. And then you just need the windshield wipe for fluid.
So the only thing in this front, is that what you call this, front?
Front, yeah.
Front is the windshield wiper fluid.
Yep,
Where do you put your blinker fluid at?
There is no blinker fluid.
Or is that electronic too, or is that?
That's only for the BMW owners, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so now in the back of the vehicle.
Okay, I see you already getting a little bit dirty with the off-roading.
Yeah, they actually, a lot of people ask why this gap is here. I think it's for aerodynamics.
Yeah.
It's nice that Rivian does put like a protection film already from the factory. It's the same as the vehicle to be able to protect against that. There was no PPF on the front of it.
So you were talking about like features and stuff like that, right? And then something that I noticed between this one, your Rivian, and the other one, were your wheels, right? These look more kind of like off-roading, all-terrain. Or are these the wheels?
Yeah, so these are called the all-terrain tires. So they're AT. These are the 20 inches. She had the 21-inch rims. Those ones are the most efficient for the vehicle. Some people were talking about how it's hard to get 21-inch tires, like tires for rims that are 21 inches. But the vehicle's so heavy. I mean, you're really looking at like custom stuff anyways. I don't think that you're going to be able to just grab whatever you would normally put. The car weighs 8,000 pounds, so it is a lot heavier when it comes to that stuff. On the backside, with the tailgate, it is a release up top, and then the bottom is manual. You can see we have all of our stuff in here. There's a lot of things in here. Like, I didn't want to remove the stuff out of the trunk because I wanted you guys to see that there is, like, if you throw your kids' stuff in here, a couple school bags. We got 2 backpacks in here, a shopping bag, a larger duffel bag. Here's those WeatherTech mats that I bought. And then underneath here as well, that there is an ability to add more storage. And then even below that, you have even more storage because of where the spare tire would go. And that's pretty great. If you got kids basketball, it's got an air compressor. This also reaches all the way to the front. And one thing that I like about this vehicle is that you can use it for multiple purposes. Like, you don't have to go off-roading to be able to use these. Like, you can use that for your kids' bike tires. You can use it for basketballs. You can use it for really anything. You have a birthday party and you want to throw a ton of balloons in there. You can fill that all with the air compressor. And then up top, you have a 1,500 watt outlet. And then this is the 112 volt in my vehicle. Rivian's getting rid of those because they said that there's some kind of shortage and supply issue. I'm kind of bummed because mine doesn't have it in the front trunk, which would have been nice because I would love to put like a small mini fridge in there or like anything. And the center console one's missing, which is really frustrating because like I can't hook up a dash cam, I can't hook up like a radar detector or anything like that. And like right now you can't use the front as the radar detector. One other thing too, like back here is like if you press these 2 buttons, it's gonna fold those 2 seats in the middle down, but then they're manually to put them back up. And then back here, these are manual, and I know a lot of people online were complaining about that and saying, like, you know, other vehicles can do that and this one can't.
How do you bring these down? You gotta go up here then?
Yeah, yep, he'll go up there, and then the headrest will fold down so you can see that. But now it's kind of a pain if you keep staying there. Like, like I gotta move this one, and you have to click the release up here, and then go like that. And then there is space back here, but it is kind of.
Let me see that space.
It is kind of space. Again, like the seats have to be moved to the middle. I usually have these like a little bit further back, just because like I don't really have 7 passengers, but I'll probably have those down most of the time. But the seats, the quality is unbelievable. Like you can really feel the quality in the seats all the way.
Definitely.
Like everybody said that the interior is significantly better than the Tesla. You can see like they did a good job with the material all the way around the vehicle, and I really like that they put some quality into it. Even like that there is some like panel gaps and like things like that they were talking about, but overall I would say that the quality is really good and they're trying really hard on that vehicle. And Rivian so far has been fixing everything that I've seen. Whenever somebody has a problem, they're really trying to take care of that customer. But the design on these things, like you can tell somebody really took the time to design how the seat from start all the way to the bottom and even the backside, and how to make it like look cool and look nice. And then it's got these nice coat hangers. I bet that they're gonna make some kind of
hangers?
I think so, and I think like eventually that they'll make it like an accessory that can go in here and like maybe hold an iPad for the kids. And then you just put it on the side. That's not removable.
I thought it was like a little paper thing.
No,
Okay,
and so like then up here you can USB-C. So like if you wanted like an iPad or something, you could hook that up. And I bet that they'll come out with that. So I think a lot of the stuff, like those side things that they want to add for the vehicle, it's just a matter of time until these things come.
I'm over here pulling things.
I know, you get me nervous the way you pull stuff. We got Jose quality testing everything.
For real.
And then back here, like, you know, if you're having a tailgate or something, we are on the Neil mode, so it's a little bit higher. You can see I hopped up here, but you could jump up here and it's pretty nice.
Okay, that's cool. So then it closes, it has to be manual too?
Yeah, manual, and you got to push this one hard too. Like I've had it. If you're ever having issues with your vehicle and you can't figure out why it's not closing, you got to push that pretty hard. And then,
You gotta push everything pretty hard.
yeah, you do. But you're not going to break it or anything, but that releases. One day I couldn't figure out why mine was not closing, and I just kept pressing the button. I go in there, and then I remember the guy when I picked up the vehicle, you really had to slam it hard.
Yeah. Does this have like on? Or this all like I see the little thingy up there, the antenna on probably for the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. Right?
That's for like just the regular radio. Like most other vehicles have that as well.
Okay, I see.
And so yeah,
And then this is all real wood too.
Yep, this is all real wood. And then down here, this is the Rivian sound system.
Yeah.
It's okay, but I got in a Meridian sound system car, and Rivian got rid of 2 speakers. They said that these are lighter and they're going to be better. I think that they went a little bit cheaper on the quality on it.